the diabetes will disappear in just 5 days. All you need is 2-ingredient tea. Did you know that about 1/4 of the population with diabetes have not yet been diagnosed, yet? This means there's a really good chance that someone you know and care for has it right now without even knowing it. What causes diabetes? Diabetes occurs when the pancreas, a gland behind the stomach, does not produce enough of the hormone insulin, or the body can't use insulin properly. Insulin helps carry sugar from the bloodstream into the cells. Once inside the cells, sugar is converted into energy for immediate use or stored for the future. That energy fuels many of our bodily functions. There are 2 types of diabetes. Type 1 diabetes occurs when the pancreas makes very little or no insulin. People with type 1 diabetes must take insulin every day to replace the insulin their bodies are not making. This form of the disease is most often seen in children, but it can occur at any age. Type 2 diabetes is the most common form of the disease, affecting 90 to 95% of people with diabetes. In type 2 diabetes, the body is resistant to the action of insulin, meaning it cannot use insulin properly, so it cannot carry sugar into the cells. Although the body makes some insulin, it is not enough to overcome this resistance. You are more likely to develop diabetes if you are overweight, have a family history of diabetes, or have a history of diabetes during pregnancy. Studies do show that sweetened foods can up type 2 diabetes risk, but sugar alone isn't necessarily enough to cause the disease on its own. With more than 29 million Americans living with diabetes and millions more at high risk for the disease, understanding the risk factors, like how sugar affects diabetes, is essential to reverse the diabetes epidemic. The problem with sugar is the sheer amount of it that's found in the typical American diet, especially in the form of added sugars, the sucrose in table sugar, as well as sugars in foods such as sodas, cereals, packaged foods, and snacks. When consumed in excess, added sugars can cause weight gain, heart disease, mood swings, and more. Natural remedy. It's standard protocol to treat this disease with pills, shots, and chemicals. However, there is a natural remedy which can help you control diabetes. It costs a fraction of the price of pharmaceuticals and doesn't have any bad side effects. Ingredients: 2 Ceylon cinnamon sticks, 1 tablespoon cloves. Use about 50 ounces alkaline water. Directions: store the cinnamon and cloves in a glass jar, do not use plastic, full of alkaline water for 7 days in the refrigerator. Drink ½ cup of the mixture every morning on an empty stomach, 30-45 minutes before you eat breakfast. Do this until you have drunk 3 bottles and then take a 2-week break. You can resume treatment TEA1.